Hasta que no estás aquí dentro no sabes la grandeza de este equipo.
Quero o Benfica intimidar o adversário. Quero o manto sagrado entrar com vocês em qualquer estádio. E estamos, pá! É isso que eu quero!
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Talking to the Dog Benfica podcast. My name is Alfredo Famasis. With you, as always, every week, bringing you the Benfica podcast. With me, Cristiano Oliveira. Como é que é, amigo?
What's up, Alfredo? How's it going, buddy?
Good, man. How you doing? How you been? You been good?
Man. Oh, phenomenal. Couldn't have been better. I mean, it's just been a tremendous week here. I mean, what can you say?
Yeah. At least Dave is here, and he's going to do most of the talking today. What's happening, Dave?
What's going on? Good to hear that the positive Cristiano sounds like he's making an appearance tonight, because I know I'm not going to be positive tonight. So if Cristiano is going to be on, positive Cristiano is going to be on, it'll be a good balance here for the rest of the.
I apologize, Dave. If I sounded, what was it? The positive. It was more riding on the sarcasm than anything else. But I guess you guys didn't get the sarcasm. But
I got the sarcasm.
Okay. Just clearing up. I'm just trying to make sure we're on the same page, because there is absolutely nothing positive coming from me today. And I was always taught as a very young man, as a young kid, I should say, by my parents, when there's nada bom a dizer, cala-te, caralho. And so I think today I'm gonna go with that today, because man, I'm telling you
That
guys,
means you'll be silent the whole show.
for those of you who have listened to me on this podcast for years, I've said stuff jokingly, sometimes more serious, but at the end of the day, you've heard me say it's really hard to be a Benfica fan, right? You've heard me joking about how sometimes I go to bed, I pray that I wake up a fan of another team or whatnot, bro. And it's just today, it's just at a point that I've never once thought about not coming on a podcast. I've never once thought about saying, fuck it, I'm not doing this shit no more. I'm tired of this shit. Today's one of those days, man. It's been a really bad afternoon for me. Really had to think over some of the things I was going to say on the podcast, because this is just, I mean, this is the definition of what I call, I know the proper way is not, but I call it asinine, right? This is asinine. It's the definition of, what's the word I'm looking for? When you do it over and over again, expecting the same results. Insanity. I call it asinine. We're going to swap the word insanity for asinine, because this is just over and over. It doesn't matter coaches. It doesn't matter who comes in. You could blame presidents. You could blame whatever. Look, at the end of the day, we Benfiquistas are at fault, because if you want to blame presidents, we put them in those positions. We Benfiquistas are at fault because we make stars of bums, right? You've been, I'll make school myself, because I'm a harsh critic and I get yelled at by people because they tell me, what do you expect? You expect this shit to be the Premier League? You're harsh, that's fine. But you Benfiquistas, fake superstars, are very average players. And then we all fall into the trap that, oh, this team's phenomenal. And then we get performance after bad performance after bad performance. It's just tiring, guys. I'm sorry, I didn't want to start off with this, but it's very tiring to be Benfica fan, man. I'm tired of these slapdicks. I'm tired of these overrated players that don't do shit. They do a little fiend thing. You guys that never kick the ball, right? You guys, that's the problem. Half of you guys never played soccer. I have no clue how to play soccer. It's not being a real douchebag right now, and I apologize in advance. But because you guys can't do a fiend thing, a little talk, you think that any little talk is, my God, it's magnificent. Sign this guy to a 10-year contract. And then we see performances like this again. And it's just depressing, infuriating, and I'm exhausted, man. I got so much going on in my life. always take the time to make sure I'm available for those 2 hours just to piss myself off. I am crazy, bro. I'm insane. So,
Dave, is it me or Cristiano's
It's Chris.
sound is
It's Chris.
horrible?
It's Chris.
Okay.
good. You know,
Sounded
that
a
was a
little
sign
bit
from
like
God.
It added to the effect though, Chris. It made it sound like you were really down
like a
in the
robot.
dumps. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
that was
really
a sign
sound
from
like you were
God. See,
struggling.
like,
No, you're already sounding
yeah, no
better.
tens nada
You're
a
already
dizer.
sounding
No tens
better.
nada. I swapped headphones. No tens nada a dizer. Keep quiet. That was a sign from God. That must be my dad up in heaven saying, "Shut up. Just be quiet." So you're gonna fuck up my mic. So I'll be quiet.
Yeah.
Oh, smash the like
Yeah.
button
So here
before I'm quiet. Smash the like button and welcome to all the
we
Freddies.
say hello to everyone. Yeah. I want to say hello to Chico Marcelino. Finally got here on time. I heard Chico Marcelino on the Benfica Independent forum just repeating a lot of shit that you say, Chris. That Ivanovic is no good, that this guy is no good, that guy is no good.
Alfredo,
Chico
I don't want to
Marcelino
hear
comes over
that.
here, copies you, and then he goes and talks over there.
I don't want to hear that because when I say this shit, I get hammered. I get people not hammered in the drinking sense. I wish it was the case. I get hammered because people want to attack me. It's too early. You don't know what you're talking about. And then here we are, weeks later, months later. I don't know who the hell's the scouts. I've never voiced my opinion, and you guys know this, right? And I'm gonna apologize to whoever gets offended. I've never voiced my opinion on any podcast for a very long time. I'm afraid I remember years ago I used to voice my opinion when it came to presidents, but then after that I just left it alone. Whether I like them, whether I don't like them, I don't voice my opinion. I don't voice my support towards anybody because there's always somebody's going to be upset. But I'll say this much, and this is the closest I'm going to get to backing anybody or supporting anybody or in any of those cases, which is, man, I'm like ready to sign for change just because I'm hoping whoever the fuck is choosing these players is someone else that comes in and actually has a clue. Because these guys are freaking clueless. These players are horrendous. And I digress. I'm gonna go back into my home.
You left us on a
Cristiano,
cliffhanger there. I
like
thought,
it. I
yeah, I was
like it,
expecting
man.
more.
I like it. I like it.
Dave, it's not about expecting more, Dave. It's something. Listen, again, if I'm gonna sit here and start screaming and ranting and whatever, it's just going to be repeating what I've said for podcasts in the past and last year. I mean, Dave, you know that we're in chats together. You often read what I gotta say, bro. Listen, Alfredo yelled at me a couple weeks ago because I was being too harsh. People on Twitter attacked me. Dave, you read the comments, man. Like I'm no better than anybody else. But look, how about somebody does something before? Give like these young players and everything. They have to do something. They have to be at a consistent level before we start putting these guys on a pedestal. And that's what happens with Fikistas. I guess it's the hunger and the desperation from us as fans that we want to be good. We want to win. We want to have good things on our team. And again, I don't think people do it intentionally, right? But it's that desperation, and we're too quick to anoint these guys stars and whatnot, and then you see them running around the field fixing their hair and worried about their collar, worrying about the way they look, rather than just, man, go out there, give it your best, and see what happens. And I think these players see the treatment from fans and they start believing in themselves that they're superstars. And then we're sitting here after games like today, or even a game over the week on Friday, where we're just like, with our mouths wide open, wondering what the hell's going on with this team, because we all think that these players are something that they're really not. So again, Dave, there's no point to even go on about it, man. It's just, you guys know how I feel. All you Freddies in the chat, I appreciate you guys coming in once in a while, and I'm really sorry that I'm acting like an a-hole today. I really apologize, but it's just, man,
Bro, there's no need to apologize. If there was
tiring.
ever an episode and a time to do
Yeah.
it, it's after what we just witnessed time and time again. There's no need to apologize on this. It's very rare that we get to do a pod the night after a game. So these emotions are raw and fresh, but you know what? They're truthful. You're speaking the truth.
The
Like
last
we
the
used
last
to
thing,
say.
thanks, Dave. Last thing I'll say is this, man. I think to me, look, and I'm getting the goosebumps. I wish you guys were next to me. I wish Alfredo were in the studio and you guys could see the goosebumps and stuff. Because I really am getting the goosebumps saying this, right? Because guys, please, man, I know I mess around a lot and stuff, and I'm sarcastic and I act like an a-hole, but I don't mean it. I'm not that type of person. I'm actually a nice guy. A little. Some people say it. Very few people say it, but I'm actually a nice guy. But bro, the thing that really is the hardest to swallow for me today is anybody, not just myself. I'm pretty sure there's thousands and thousands of other people that feel the same. I'm a nobody, bro. I'm a zero a esquerda. I'm doing a podcast from my basement, man. I don't know. I mean, like 10 people listen to us, guys. You know what I'm saying? Nobody gives a shit about what I say. But dude, going into this game and these games, I, I could tell you it's gonna be fucking hell to penetrate and to create anything when we're playing with a bunch of bums on the wings, right? And that's the infuriating part is if I can tell that, and I'm a nobody, and I could tell that we're gonna struggle because we don't have any wingers, we don't have any playmakers, we don't have any creativity. How the fuck does someone that's getting paid millions of euros not see it, guys? How? That's the hardest part to swallow. Oh, Rui Costa, whoever the fuck comes in as new president, hire me. Give me 75,000 euros, bro. You'll save a shitload of money, and I guarantee you I won't do worse than what these guys are doing. It's just this pathetic. And I'm no coach. I'm not a coach. I don't have the patience to be a coach. But I'm just saying, we going into these games, we've seen with Roger Schmidt, then with Bruno Lage, now with fucking Mourinho, bro. We don't have any playmaker. Stop playing Arsenal on the wing. He is not a winger. Today he had the worst game I've seen him play at Benfica. I thought he was atrocious. Okay, Ivanovic again. He's not a winger. If anything, bro, play him in a box. He's got to be a player that's going to just like a Holland, just play in the box because the guy's feet are freaking cement. They're horrendous. The ball is scared. The ball cries every time it touches his feet. He is terrible with the ball at his feet. Let the guy just play in the box. No, we're going to play him on the wing. And then how the hell do I see this, Dave and Alfredo and Freddie's? How can we see this from our couches? But these people who get paid to do these things and work in this business for years and years and years, they can't figure it out. How? When somebody gives me an explanation, maybe then I'll feel better and I'll get off of it. But I'm not gonna jump off my high horse because this is absolutely pathetic.
I don't think you're gonna have anybody that disagrees with you, Chris. Yeah, but here we are, and Chris, I bet you feel a lot better for getting that off your chest. I certainly feel a lot better for you. Let me just real quick before we get into the podcast and the meat and potatoes of the podcast, let me just say hello to the Freddies who joined us here: Diogo Reis, Jason Gaidola, Justin Aragão, Isidro Melo, Manuel da Cunha, Chico Marcelino, Furioso BFB. Why BFB? Why not SLB? Manny Valadão, Kevin. Yeah, man. Thank you, Bruno Gil Rodrigues from Montreal. Thank you for being here with us. So tonight, episode 568, we're obviously going to look back at the AFS game. Also, at today's game, we'll look ahead to Gil Vicente, which comes up this Friday, and we have Chelsea on Tuesday, match day 2 of the Champions League. So here we are. It's not going to get any easier for us, fellas. And then we also got Porto on the horizon, but you know it is what it is. Let's do this. So we're coming to you. Last time we were with you, Mourinho was gaining strength in terms of becoming the coach of Benfica. That finally all came to fruition, as I think everybody was pretty sure that was gonna happen. So Mourinho came in, introduced, blah 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 blah. Team's on the way. Was in the bench at AFS. And I'll give you the lineup and we'll get started. Trubin was in goal. Dedic, Silva, Otamendi, Dal. Auschnes, Paranashe, Rios, Sudakov, Ivanovic, and Pavlidis. That was his Mourinho's first 11. Struggled. Again, as Chris hinted, teams are now playing with a line of five, compressing lines, not giving us a lot of space in between lines for us to do something, and then we insist on funneling the game through the middle where it's the most crowded. Obviously, on the wings we have our own challenges with guys that don't stretch the field and are not able to open up defenses or create something. Um, but yeah, we saw a little bit of a variation with Ivanovic dropping a little bit more to the left side and Sudakov filling in the middle. But Ivanovic is no winger, um, and the options are not a lot of options. So, I mean, look, we scored a goal at the end of the half. Mourinho did say after the end of the game that the team was very nervous in the first half, very lacked a lot of confidence and anxious. And I think that goal at the end of the first half kind of calmed down because as they came in for the second half, things flowed a lot better.
Yeah,
Two
but I'm
nothing,
afraid
but Pavlidis. Yeah,
you can't get into the second half without mentioning that we were fortunate to go to even get to that point and have Sudukov put the the go ahead goal at that time and right before the half. We're atrocious defensively. I mean, they hit the post. Benfica looked completely lost. Mourinho just looked like a continuation of what was going on before. And it's like, I get it, continuity and all this bullshit, but like, continuity to what? If it was working before, the guy wouldn't have gotten fired. So what the hell are we trying to continue?
yeah,
But yeah, we're very fortunate not to be losing 2-0 at one point in that game, and then got a fortuitous bounce and Sildikov never gave up. But yeah, I mean, it was that first half was as bad as anything as I'd seen all year long. So
yeah. No, it's pretty bad. And look, I'm not going to pretend that there's a certain context that this team is in right now, coming off the tie against Santa Clara in the last minutes, winning 2-0 against Karabag, going losing that advantage, and then ultimately losing that game in front of your fans. Uh, Everything that's going on with the elections, even Laj at some point addressing the elections in his pressers, which I thought it was not very professional on his part. Then Laj getting sacked, Mourinho coming on. Um, Players understand that Mourinho is who he is. He has his personality, he has his reputation, and obviously for a lot of them, it's a clean slate. But it's also at the same time, it's an anxious time, right? Because Mourinho is maybe for some of these guys is a larger than life figure, right? Because these guys grew up um, seeing Mourinho at some of the biggest clubs and coaching some of the biggest players, and certainly being coached by Mourinho brings a certain level of anxiety, if you will, because you want to do well. I mean, not the veterans so much, but some of the younger players. So that there's a certain context that this team is in right now. The team is very fragile. Mourinho said that he was going to put one finger on this team at least for the first game, and he ended up putting a little bit more. But he also admitted that the team is very fragile, and right now the biggest challenge for him is really the lack of time that he has to kind of work with the team, to getting to know players. So I mean, I can't. I don't want to dismiss the context. I also don't want to use it as an excuse. But certainly, I mean, you look at this team, and I understand what Cristiano says, and I agree with a lot of things that Cristiano says in terms of some of the value of these players, or the value of some of these players, I should say. But certainly, I think this team is capable of doing a lot better than what they're doing, provided that there's some adjustments in terms of where players should play. I agree with Cristiano. If
well,
Ivanovic is
I'll
not a
say
winger,
this.
why?
I'll say
Go
this.
ahead.
I don't even want to talk about the roster right now because I wanted to still continue talking about that first game against the Ops. But just to add that, look, this roster, Alfredo, is not very well constructed. We spent a shitload of money, and we still only have one winger that we could rely on, which is going to be Bukayaku, whatever is Luki Bakio. As I've told you guys in the past, I think he'll be Benfica's most important player going forward. It's just a matter of time. And today he looked rusty, but we'll get to that in a second. Getting back to the other game, it felt good. I'll tell you this much: once the game ended, it felt good. All right, and we gotta try to separate the two, right? To talk about. It felt good that for the first time in a while, and again, Dave, you correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure you heard me say this as well. Fredo, you've heard me say this a million times, right? It seems like we'd always go into the half playing bad or playing okay, whatever the situation might be, and we'd come out of the half and it's like we'd play worse. It's like, what the hell did our coaching staff do at halftime? And for the first time in a while, you can tell that whatever Mourinho did, if he didn't do anything, credit to him. But whatever went on in that locker room at halftime, it changed the whole game.
Yeah.
Okay. Benfica was able to come out and impose themselves and control the game and suffocating the opposition for a while there. And I thought Benfica had a really, really good stretch of playing the football that we want to see them play, at least in terms of controlling the game and just having the possession and letting the other team just basically sit back and press and not really create or touch the ball at all. And so Mourinho worked his magic. And it was like, okay, that should give me tremendous amount of confidence going forward that, okay, it's great, man. We have somebody that can make some changes. I felt really good about that. I don't know
Yeah.
about the rest of you. I don't know about you guys, but it gave me a lot of confidence knowing that we had a manager that could at least press the right buttons at halftime and identify what's right or wrong. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And I thought Mourinho did a good job, at least in that first game.
Yeah. No, look, I agree with you. I think just the image of Mourinho running into the locker room at halftime, right? And Mourinho's not stupid, right? He's a very smart guy, knows how to use his words, knows how to communicate, knows what things are going to be picked up by TV and by picked up by fans, and he doesn't do anything that's not deliberate. And certainly whether or not that was showing off or not, I think that what you saw, I see that, and the first thing that comes to my mind is he wants to get into that locker room as soon as possible because he needs to have a talk with these guys because this first half, aside from the goal you score at the end, was not acceptable and they needed to do better. So I think just him running into the locker room, that to me, I kind of interpret that as we need to have this talk right away, and I need as much time to talk to these players as I need, um, more than maybe than the 15 minutes. So but I agree with you. I agree with you, Cristiano, and I think look, and it's just the nature of Mourinho. It's who Mourinho is, and rather. And whether you think that Mourinho is past his prime, which I personally do, and many people do as well, there's still an element of respect that he's going to bring to this team, and the players are going to respect him. So I think that he even said at the end of the game, like I said, the team was nervous. They loosened up. They played better in the second half, but still, there's still a lot of things here that need to be worked on, as we all know. But yeah, team was a lot better. Second goal by Pavlidis on a PK. I thought there was contact, but if it doesn't get called, I'm not screaming bloody murder. 3-0 by Ivanovic off of a Pavlidis feed in the 64th minute, and then we just kind of managed the game with some six substitutions. No, five substitutions in the second half.
Six. Oh, I was
Five
gonna say
substitutions.
breaking a
It's
rule,
just
bro. That's
I just don't know
cheating.
how to count here. And look, I think at the end of the day, this is the game that we needed, especially coming off of that Karabag loss. We needed this game. Let's not forget, and I don't want to take any merit away from Benfica, right? Because there was good moments in that second half. The first half, I thought it was horrible. Um, but AFS is a team that is yet to win a game. Take it for what it is, but certainly, it was the right game to get back on the winning column. And certainly, I appreciated it. I saw the second half and I said, okay, well, let's at least pick up a little bit of momentum here going into the next games. And then we had the game today. which was actually a rescheduled game. This is the first round game. Actually, Dave, do you have any stats for that first game? I forget.
There was
about this.
minimal
There's no,
stats. And
no stats.
Let's get on to today's meat and potatoes,
No
please.
stats. Do you have the Mourinho's time on the 40
Well, I got
sprint?
a stat. I got a. Yeah, I think Mourinho, even in today's game, he ran into the locker room. He does that every game. I think he's got a leaky bladder, and I think he
No,
just
that's
has
just
to go
his
empty
style.
it.
I
I don't know,
think.
because he does it every single game. I know. I'm just joking, Alfredo. I got a stat from the game on Friday. It was the first game in Barriga Shea's career at Benfica, short tenure so far, that he did not get a yellow card. So that's a stat.
There you go. Yeah, there had been 4 yellow cards up until that point. 4 straight yellow cards today.
4 games, 4 yellow
Today
cards.
finally picked up the one that's gonna, clean them for the Gil
At the
Vicente.
wrong time.
And I
At
gotta
the
tell you
wrong
guys
time
something.
too.
Nah, but you gotta think it's
I
forced.
called my cousin. I called my cousin today, right like about 20 minutes before kickoff, and I told my cousin, dude, grab every penny you got in your bank account and bet it on Barriga Che getting a yellow card today. He's like, really? I'm like, everything you got. And he said he tried, but they didn't get the application he was using or whatever.
No.
Didn't give it to him because I was like, because I told him, put in a chunk of money for me, and whatever, I'll cover if we lose. But I guarantee you're gonna win this bet. And there you go. Dave was 91st, 92nd minute. He had to get it before the final whistle. He had
My
to get it.
issue was not that he got the yellow card; it's that he should have made the foul leading up to the goal before even it reached midfield. He was the player that was around the player that made the pass to the Rio player that ended up scoring. I'm sure we're going to get into it here, but Benfica has like this fear of committing fouls in the middle of the pitch on counterattacks. Like they if you're gonna get a card, get the card, make it worth the foul. This play develops from before the mid pitch because we're just so lackadaisical running back. Don't want to commit the foul, and we end up getting burned on it. But we're kind of jumping ahead. But I felt he should, if there was a yellow card to be had by him, it should have been in the build up.
Dave, are
you
you talking about today's game?
Today,
Or are you talking
yeah.
about? Are you talking about
one
the
versus
Hold on.
3, Dave?
Hold on, I got a question. Are you talking about today's game, or are you talking about the final of the Taça
today's
Portugal game?
Well, there's that example too. There's the example on Jokeric's goal in the second minute before the second last game of the season against Sporting. It's like that's why I said as a team, it's not just Enzo. It's a team mentality that we're afraid to make these fouls in places of the field that who cares if you want to. If you get a foul, I'll tell you one thing: Porto is not afraid to commit these fouls, slow the pace of the game right down, take a couple of yellow cards if the ref is going to give them the yellow cards. That's another story, but they're not afraid to make these fouls and stop the flow of the game. But for us, we want to keep it nice and flowing and don't want to really run back, make it look like you're running back, but no, I don't want to get dirty, don't want to put in the physicality and let somebody else take the man on from here.
Dave, I'll repeat a line I used about 10 minutes ago when I said I'm a nobody and I know this, right? And I'm asking Alfredo the question. Alfredo, you and I played soccer, right?
Yep.
And we knew this. They taught us this at a very young age. You're winning, bro. You stop the game, right? And again, how do we know? Don't understand, don't know how to read a game. It's just to me incomprehensible how these guys are getting to this level, not understanding the game at all. Because again, I was being sarcastic and facetious when I said, Dave, what game are you talking about? But again, it's not just one game, it's game after game. This is consistent with these. And again, Barriga Che is a new player, right? He's new. So he was even on last year's roster. It's just these guys, I don't know if they just have a lack of understanding of what the flow of the game is in today's world, in today's footballing world. But I don't know, Alfredo, you and I learned that at a very young age.
It's like
am I wrong?
No, that's right. It's like Jason Gaidola says, it's Groundhog Day again. It's like it's the same mistakes over and over. And Dave, yes, commit the foul, but you got 1v3, man.
Somebody commit the foul there.
Yeah, somebody
Just
will
don't.
look.
Wait, you talking about
Yeah,
the goal, Alfredo? You
Yeah.
talking about the goal? No, the goal, the big listen. I'm sorry, and I'm sorry, and I'm sorry, and I'm sorry. If anybody looks at that play, it doesn't blame Ausnes on
oh
that
yeah,
play. I don't know
he
what game you
backs up.
guys are
He
watching.
backs up. He backs
Ausnes,
up.
he had it. Yeah, he did it earlier. If you go rewind about 5-10 minutes, I forget what it was on the right side as well, and he kept giving the player space, and he
Yeah,
did the same thing. The player's lefty. What do they teach you? Never let him cut into his fucking to his favorite foot. Just force him outside. What does Ausnes do? Backs up, backs up, backs up. Never commits. Gives him the
yeah,
inside. The guy comes inside. Bent
easy.
it like Beckham, right? And again, that is asinine defending by Alice, who had the worst game I think I've seen him have at Benfica. He was terrible on the right side of the wing. Then they move him to left back. Absolutely atrocious. These coaches, as I've told you many times, Alfredo, you're my witness. They're going to die on the beach with Ausnes. How many times have I told you that in
Yeah,
private? They swear this Ausnes is this player that he's not. And every single coach we've had so far has to force feed this guy into the lineup, and you die on the beach. And today, Ausnes, and again, I'm not saying the guy's not capable of having a good game. He's Mr. Consistent, right? Plays reasonably well. He's not spectacular, but he's not terrible, right? Hopefully, he'll bounce back next
yeah,
game. That being said, you have left backs
Yes.
on the bench, guys that play that position. What are you doing? And again, why is Ausnes impossible to take out? I don't understand.
yeah. Well, you're just gonna have to ask Mourinho that question next time you see him.
I will. I will. By the way, Dave,
I
Yankees just
just
walked it
saw.
off.
So my day couldn't get
But
any
yeah, I will,
fucking worse.
Alfredo. You know, you know I will. And you lost to
Can't
Boston.
get any
But
fucking words. Is
yeah,
crazy.
Alfredo. Hey, you know what's crazy, Dave? Hey guys, can I tell you a secret? When I was pissed off talking about, because the Yankees were losing 2-1 going into the ninth. So yeah, Dave, I was you 2 minutes ago. Like my day can't
I
get any
feel
worse.
your the pep
So it's just you got a little bit
I
better
feel
right now.
the positivity in you
Yeah,
now that you're Yankees.
did
It's
too.
back. It's
I
back.
did too.
You know what it is? Because Alfredo allowed me to criticize Austin. You know,
Yeah,
Well, actually,
I
when you're
I feel
saying
a lot
that,
better now.
and you mentioned the left back on the bench, like you're somebody that rates this Obrador kid that's a left back, but what is he not going to get a chance? Like we
Well,
haven't
the
really
only
seen
thing
much of him since
he,
the
he's
preseason.
too
It seems like.
green. He's too green, right? He's too green. But remember, Carreras was
yeah,
green as
yeah,
well. And I told you guys he was green. It was a matter of time. You have to play. And if you're not gonna play him at home against the Rewabs and whatever, when are you gonna play this kid? You know what I mean? Again, I don't want to get on Mourinho for that, really, but it's just more of you go from Roger Schmidt to Lage to now to Mourinho. These guys are scared to take out Ausnes. I don't understand. They'll play. I mean, it's the joke, right? The running joke in the Benfica world that Ausnes is played everywhere but goalie. Like we expect them at some point to play goalie. You know, I think we're all waiting for that moment.
yeah, yeah. Let me just get into this game. So same starting 11 again. Same issues. Not creating any chances in the first half. Just very predictable. Not a very good use of the wings because again, who do we have on the wings? We have Auschwitz and we got Ivanovic, right? So I mean, look, just just look at it for what it is, obviously, right? So another struggle half, another shitty half. Second half was a little better, but still, I think when the team is in the mental state that they are, and you don't make a breakthrough, or if you're not creating enough chances, then the clock starts weighing on your anxiety. I thought that that goal call back because of the Otamendi stepped on. I mean, what could have Otamendi done? Like he came down, he jumped for the ball, he came down, and he stepped on a guy. What could he have done to avoid stepping on a guy? I thought that that wasn't a really good call by the referee, and I thought we should
Yeah,
have
but
had that
Alfred, you
one
can't
much
get on the
earlier.
ref. Alfred,
No,
you're a
I mean
ref, man. Listen,
it could have gone either way, but I just think that
but you
Otamendi
can't.
doesn't
It's
really. It's not a deliberate thing.
Yeah, but the ref doesn't make the rules. The ref has to go apply the rules that are given to him. And listen, trust me, guys, I didn't like it any more than any of you guys did, or any less. Right? I didn't like it any less than the half of you guys. But at the end of the day, did he step on him? It's a simple yes or no.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. Right? And and it is what it is. The ref has to apply the rules that he's told to apply. And uh, and if it was the other way around, if Benfica was trailing 1-0 on a goal like that, you would have been pointing
Yeah.
to the step. So let's just be
No
honest,
doubt.
okay? If we don't like it, it was a bullshit call, but it's the rule that is today. That's why VARs should not be allowed in every situation, especially situations like this. But I guess it is a goal. You have to check
Yeah.
a goal. So we don't like it, and until they change the rules, man, like it is what it is.
Yeah. We would finally get the one goal that we needed to open things up after Sheldrup and Lukabakiu came in for Dal and Ivanovic in the 65th minute. In the 86th minute,
That's when the game changed.
that's especially Lukabakiu. I think that he brought a lot more speed. He brought explosion to that wing. Started creating more mismatches on that wing. Started finding guys. Starting doing crosses, and he found Sudakov in the 86th minute for that one breaking goal that Benfica needed at that time as they ran against the clock. And then I thought the 1-1, and I agree with Jose Mourinho. You can't allow a goal on a defensive transition when you're winning 1-0, and there is added time left in a game. You can't. That's just amateur stuff. That is not thing. I mean, and you heard Cristiano mention that as a kid, you taught some fundamentals. You're winning towards the dying minutes of the half or the game. What you do is you bring everybody back. The center backs no longer go up for corners. Everybody stays back. You close up shop and you make sure that you finish out that game with the win. And it's you can't admit it that you allow a play like that. The guy comes. Auschner's backing up, gives him the middle of the field. Obviously, it's a beautiful shot. But if you close off and you don't give the guy that room to shoot that ball, you don't allow that goal. Whether it's a foul, whether it's pressing, whether it's going for a tackle, whether it's bringing them, whatever. So I think it was a very amateurish play by Benfica and by Auschwitz.
At
And
the stage of that game, Alfredo and Freddy's, and everyone listening, the most important thing for Benfica to do is not give up a
yeah,
goal. It's not scoring a goal.
right,
And Benfica, according to Mourinho, he said that including the ball carrier, being he thought it was Enzo Barriga, there was 7 guys playing above the line of the ball.
yeah,
And he's like, it can't happen. You have to understand, you have to be what situational awareness, whatever. It's just, but again, this is happening
yeah.
over and over and over. So is it a coaching thing, or is it just that today's players just aren't aware of what's going on? I don't know.
Yeah. No, look, I think that it's common sense for us, man. I think
Yeah,
he's yeah,
Carlos Amaro saying you have to foul, take a card, get a red card, whatever you have to do to play there.
yeah.
That's how we lost the toss. So yeah, Carlos, you shut up a little bit late. We've gone over that. We said those same exact words. No, I'm not playing him out. I'm just explaining to him that he showed up late. We just we said exactly that. We said exactly that about 10 minutes ago or so.
Carlos,
And then
Carlos,
Nelson says,
yeah. Go ahead.
go ahead, Alfred.
No,
No, I was gonna say Nelson says with 11 Arsenals, Mourinho would win the champion. See what I mean?
no, but
Like, why
Mourinho said
should
that before he came to
Oh, he said
Benfica.
that.
Before he came to Benfica.
With he did.
Yeah.
Oh, Nelson, I'm sorry. I love it. Mourinho. I gotta speak to my stupid Lens brother. I don't know. I gotta speak to.
No, he
I
did.
gotta
He
have a
did say
conversation
that.
with him.
He did say that he apologized. Um, yeah, he apologized. Carl, yeah, I think Carlos just peeked in to see if Boris Negarhosa was in, and then if he was in, he was just gonna turn off because you know.
He did say, "I just got
He's
home."
not
He did
here.
say, "I
He's
just
not
got
here,
home."
Carlos. You're safe. Was it Boris or was somebody else? I forget. You guys
I
got
don't know,
into it
but
in
I
the
hate when
chat.
you do that because you singling people
I
out,
know.
man.
Well, that's what I
Alfredo's gonna
do.
get yo.
Like,
Alfredo, I mean Dave. He's gonna get us canceled, and then he's gonna say it's free speech. You know what I'm saying, Dave? He's gonna get us
Touchy
no, I
canceled.
think
subject.
it was Boris. It was Boris Negarosa. Carlos
I
confirmed
don't
that
know.
he got into Boris with last time. Anyway, 1-1, shitty result. It was a game that we had the opportunity to leapfrog Sporting, and we didn't. And now we're 1 point behind Sporting, 4 points behind Porto. Obviously, still a lot of games to play, but you dropping points against these teams, man, it's not good. That means that when you play Porto and you play Sporting, you're obligated to win those games. But Dave, stats on this game.
Stats on this game. I don't know if I've got any positive stats. Oh, here we got one. Sudakov scores in back-to-back games here for first time in his short Benfica career. Now with the not so positive third consecutive game at the Estádio da Luz without a win for Benfica, the first time since 2019-2020 season with under Bruno Lage's command. That span that in at that time that lasted a five games without a win. Hopefully that ends on Friday coming up here. And this is Benfica's worst goal output through 6 games of the Portuguese league, with 11 goals scored through 6 games. The worst since the 2013-2014 season, when only 9 goals were scored.
Awful, awful.
I mean, what do you guys expect when
So
you have Alsons at wing, Ivanovic at wing? What do you guys
for
expect?
this,
We didn't even.
Those
Hey, we
guys.
didn't even. We didn't even mention your buddy there, Sheldrup. On even when he came in, he was
gave,
got
he
off.
gave
Because,
up on talking about Sheldrum.
because you know how I feel about Sheldrup, number one. But I'll tell you this much: between Sheldrup and Ivanovic on the wing, yeah, I mean, give me Sheldrup.
Pick your poison.
Yes, pick your poison, but give me Sheldrup. Sheldrup's a slower death. Give me him.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's just unfathomable to me, man. How this team spends 120 plus mil, 130, whatever it is, and we're coming off the bench with Enrique Araujo. We're coming off the bench with João Rego. We're coming off the bench with fucking a bunch of kids that will maybe be good one day, but today are not at that. Prestiani's another one. Prestiani should have been loaned out for the last year and this year already. Maybe last year, maybe this year would have been ready. You don't know, but he should be loaned out as we speak. And we just have no options. And we're playing Austin's at wing. We're playing Ivanovic at wing. We're playing freaking Sheldrup at wing. Where Sheldrup should be a guy that's backing up. He's coming in for a Luke Bacchio, a proven guy that gives you guaranteed success. Not these guys who are nice players, but don't have the ability to create, don't have the ability to take on players one on one. And in the Portuguese league, where you have majority of the league, the majority of the teams just sitting back, it's going to be very difficult. That's why Benfica plays better in the Champions League, even against the Barcelonas of the world last year, where we didn't even expect them to compete, but Benfica competed because teams give them space. And on a counter, it's okay. You don't really need to be breaking down anybody. Just run forward, bro. Kick it and run. And the Alsons of the world and stuff like that, these guys could get that through. But when it comes to just parking the bus and having to create, it's not going to happen. And Luka Bacchio came in today. You could tell he was rusty, very
yeah.
rusty,
It comes off an
but he
injury as
just
well.
added a different
Yeah,
dimension. Yeah, he added a different dimension to the
for
game.
sure.
Might have been a little bit nervous. It's his debut at the start of the lose, but you can tell he's a difference maker. He's a different type player. And I'm excited to see him going forward. Today I don't even want to think
And
about Benfica
Sudakov
games
too. I thought
anytime soon.
I thought Sudakov was
Sudakov's all right. Sudakov is all right. He's nice, but again, Sudakov I think will look better when he's able to spring, Luke Bacchio down the wing, when he's able to connect and play the 1-2s with these guys, and they read off each other. It's a lot easier. The game will be a lot easier for
yeah.
him when he is playing with those types of guys, making runs in between and
Yeah.
behind the defense, rather than the Alsons of this world. Alston should be playing in the middle. And I'm telling you right now, remember what I'm telling you guys. And a lot of you gonna roll your eyes, gonna think I'm crazy, but and don't be surprised if in the near future, um, Enzo will be making
I
way for
believe it.
Alston to play
I
in the
believe it.
midfield alongside
Yeah, I
Rio.
know. I doubt it. But
You doubt it? Enzo's really good with the ball, but he's
yeah, I
very
mean,
slow.
I don't think
And when it
Auschwitz is
comes
that
into these
fast either,
games
bro.
where you need, well, he's faster than him though.
But
And
he
you know they're
doesn't
not
have the
taking Alston's
passing.
off the field.
He doesn't have the passing ability that Enzo has. That's how I feel.
Tá bem. Like I said, I that's why I started this off with saying you guys are
Yeah.
gonna roll your eyes at me. But
But
I'm just
anyway,
letting you'll see.
moving on to
You'll see.
Benfica's next game this Friday, Gil Vicente and Chelsea, 8:15 local, so it means 3:15 here in the East Coast of the US. Dave, what's Gil Vicente up to this year?
So far so good. They're only 1 point behind us, with in fourth with 13 points from 4 wins, 1 draw, 1 defeat. They picked up they're on a 3-game winning streak. Picked up a victory against Braga a week and a half ago here. So looking good so far in this young season. Historically, we've got 40 wins, 7 draws, 6 defeats in the previous 53 meetings. And last season, we had a 5-1 victory at home and a 3-0 victory away in Barcelos.
Yeah. As Dave mentioned, 4 wins, one tie, 1 loss, won the last 3 games. A team under Cesar Peixoto who's been playing well. Coming to Stadio Illusion, and I don't know if Cesar Peixoto is going to adopt the same strategy as teams have adopted against Benfica with a very low block, 5 guys in the back, trying to frustrate the team, or if he's just going to stick to the style that he's been playing that's brought him some success early this season. So we'll just have to see. But it's not an easy game for Benfica for sure. And again, played today, Tuesday. Tomorrow is a recovery day. Then you have Thursday to work some things out, or even like a practice in the morning. It's not even like a good workout or a training session because you got the game on Friday. So it's going to be tricky again. And then after that, we got Chelsea. We go to London to play Chelsea, and that's Tuesday on the 30th, 8 p.m. Local Champions League match day 2. Mourinho's return to Stamford Bridge to his beloved Chelsea, where he's had so much success. I wonder how he's going to be received there. How was he ever received there with United? Do you remember, Chris?
It's still positive. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure, even when he was with Spurs, too. Like he would,
They'll
from
give
what
him
I
a standing
gathered,
ovation.
yeah.
Nice. It's
Nice.
good.
I don't care. I hope they boo him and we win. How about that? Nice. I don't care. I could care less
Well,
how
I
they
think
receive him.
I think that's good sportsmanship. I think that you
Who
can't forget the
cares?
guys that did good for your club, like
Who
Knut
cares? Alfredo, Alfredo. I, if I were a Chelsea fan, that I would care. But I'm not a Chelsea. I'm a Benfica fan.
Yeah,
I don't care how they greet my. I don't care. I care about my team. I hope they boo him. I hope they do like Luis Figo, throw a pig's head at him. I don't, and we win the game. That's what I care about as a Benfica fan. Now, as a Chelsea fan, obviously you have to support the guy who was tremendous for them. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? They have to, but that's on them. As a Benfica, I could care less, dude.
I agree.
Just like when he got like last week, I told you on a podcast, I understood why he went to the Dragon when he got the standing ovation and the whole nine, right? But comes October 5th, I don't expect anything but boos. I don't expect anything but a hostile
Yeah,
welcome to the guy. And I'm just hoping that we're able to get away with the 3 points.
yeah,
I don't, as a Benfica fan, like, again, we Benfiquistas worry about dumb shit. Who cares how they greet him?
yeah,
What we care about is our team winning the game.
yeah.
That's it.
At this point, this should be the most important thing: winning the game, regardless of 1-0 with an ass ball, whatever, off somebody's forehead. I don't care. I'll take the wins.
My boy Vata. Go get my boy Vata,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. So
We need something like
yeah,
that.
so it's a tricky stretch. You have Gil Vicente, you got Chelsea, you got Porto, you got Newcastle. So it's a nice
International break after the Porto game. There's an international.
There is an international break.
Yeah.
Man, there's no. Yeah, right after at Porto, we play on October 5th, and then our next game will be the 25th, the day of the elections. So we go on international break.
Right.
You're correct, Dave.
Yeah.
Is there a loophole that we could go through to sign a winger, another winger?
I think
A free agent?
unless it's a
One's
free
not
agent.
enough. Oh, yeah, there's a free agent. I know, Alfredo. I know. I was being
Why do
nice.
you ask the
There is a
questions if
free
you know the
agent
answers?
that's available. Because I was being sarcastic. That's
Go ahead, Chris. Who's the
Who-
free agent?
come
Who's
on.
the
I know.
free
What
agent?
was I gonna say? The free Hakimi Ziyech. Is it Hakim?
Oh,
Ziyech.
Oh yeah. That's
Joaquin Ziyech, whatever his name.
If it's
He's available. He's available.
if somebody
think he's
could
a free
if
agent.
somebody could convince Rui Costa that if somebody could convince Rui Costa that by bringing that guy you will win the elections, já assinou amanhã. Tomorrow will be too late.
But Alfredo, this has nothing to do with elections, man. Right now it's about improving the team.
I
The team is not forget
understand.
Bro, Ziyech is what the guy
I-
could play at 10. He could play on the right side. He could play on the left side. He's got Champions League experience. The guy's been everywhere. I think he's only 31 or he might be 33, but whatever. I'm talking about a 1-year deal, a holdover. I'm not talking about signing this guy to a 5-year deal. He's a free agent. He was going to sign with a Spanish team.
32.
He's 32. Okay, so he's not old as shit. He's made it to a boatload
one
of
year
money.
is fine.
That's what I'm saying. Get a guy like that. He's got tremendous experience in the Champions League. Has won many big games, national team, everything. The guy's performed at the highest levels, and he's a free agent. Go get him. He's got Ginga. He can read the game. He could absolutely be a tremendous playmaker on our team. He's just go sign him. He's gonna sign with a Spanish team, with a La Liga team. And then I don't know what happened. There's like something to snag. He had a snag, and I think he's still.
Yeah,
I
he's
don't
still
know,
a free agent there. The only other wingers that I'm seeing that are available are which is Insigne from Italy. He's 34. He's already he's washed. And who's
Toronto FC store.
Christian Tellu is also available. 34.
Nah, he's done.
It's pretty
He's
slim
done.
pickings at this time of year.
Ziyech, bro.
Hey,
Make
Ziyech
the
is
call,
yours.
Chris.
Juan Bernat is still available if we need another left back to come in and help out the guys there.
Make the call, Chris.
You know who's available, Dave? You're being sarcastic, but you know who's available? What's his name? I don't know how to say his first name, but whatever. Reguilon, whatever. He's at Tottenham, Real Madrid. That guy. He's a
Sergio,
free agent.
He's there.
Sergio, shit, I can say Sergio. I thought it was.
And Renan Lodi is
Lodi is a free agent
Lodi's-
too. He just rescinded with his team in Saudi Arabia. Those are two left backs that would absolutely come into Benfica and start today. Both would start over Dahl. Okay, and that we don't have to play Austin as a left back if one of those guys signs. And then the other guys I mentioned, Ziyech. I think Ziyech would add tremendous quality to this team. We are not deep, guys. We're about 12, and I'm saying 12 deep, and that's including Tomás Araújo, which is a center back. So we don't have many options.
Last year, towards the end of the season, we were using Dahl on the wing as an attacker when we had Queiroz back there. So if we sign, not that we're going to, but if we get a left back, you can even push him up a little bit forward to play on the wings. Because again, we're still thin, even if we sign another left back at the wing. So you could even push him up forward. But we're talking fantasy land.
Yeah.
These things are not gonna
Make the call, Chris. Make the call. All right. I think that's all we got. Do you guys have anything else so we can get out of here? It's been enough therapy for me. Chris has spoken a lot today.
Chris is feeling better. His Yankees are only one game back of the Blue Jays now that the Jays dropped it. I can already hear it in Chris's voice. He's gonna have a good night.
but now that we started talking about how this roster is composed, I'm back to being negative. I started thinking about it again, and I'm just
Make the call,
Good
Chris.
stuff.
Let's get the Ziyech.
Alfredo, if it was up to me,
Call
trust
Ricardo
me.
Rocha. Call Ricardo Rocha.
Nah, I
Let him
don't
know.
know. Leave Ricardo alone. Poor Ricardo. He's with a whole new coaching staff. The
Yeah,
guy has to. They all have to get to know each other. I mean, I got better things to do than bother him. Poor guy. Leave the guy alone. There's a
yeah,
lot. They got a lot to worry about right now.
for sure,
So
for sure. All right, guys. Dave, it's nice having you back, brother.
Good to be back.
I
yeah,
hope you
Dave,
had a
for
good
sure,
time.
Dave.
Thank you all the Freddies that were with us on the chat. Appreciate you guys that are going to listen to us later. Thank you so much. Have a great week, rest of the week, and carrega Benfica.